years ago, we were looking really for categorization capability. And based on my philosophy, I didn't want to build it, right? And you had a very good reputation because a lot of the European banks and you handle huge volume, right? And in categorization and building the operational store, which was eventually, what we found very useful in the Meniga solution, being able to process the volume of transactions very efficient is very important, because otherwise everything slows down. So we found that was a very useful starting point. And from there, of course, then we, once we had that initial entry point, we began to also look at other solutions that you had. But that was the key decision point back in 2017, 2018.
So many interesting things about this project. One is, I know you worked with, you think about it in getting the basics right, having it really simple and easy to use and delighting the customer, and then data-driven insights. But you think of that in a general way. And there's considerable real estate in this app that is about telling people something interesting, something they don't know, the insights part, if you will.
Yes.
How do you think about that? Is that directly to keep it fresh and engaging, or is it to directly sell things and better recommend your products? How do you think about those?
So I think there's an interesting insight here in the sense that when I compare and contrast banks as utility companies, right? Because we offer a very basic, fundamental service that everybody needs, right? Today, the better you are in your experience, the more invisible you are, right? And the more invisible you are, the less chance there is for engagement, for conversations, right? And without conversations, you really can't expand the relationship and sell more, right? And of course, we need to sell more because we need to grow. So there needs to be then a real consideration for doing that invisible part, right? That transactional banking, that fundamental baseline very well. But at the same time, you need to start thinking about how can you use data to engage customers? How can you use data to drive data-driven engagement? And from there, you get the proactivity of being able to prevent problems from even occurring before the customer even knows it in some cases. So being able to actually organize that together, the invisible part and the visible part of banking, and orchestrate it well, I think that's absolutely critical to any financial institution today.